Another interesting aspect of finishing work is the concept of what affects the speed with which a dog does a behavior. And so in dog training, frequently there are many disciplines in which the dog is being evaluated not simply on the execution of the behavior, do they do it or not, but how quickly they do it and with what energy and precision. And so people in dog training, dog trainers, are constantly trying to manipulate the speed at which dogs perform behaviors. We want faster sits and faster downs and faster retrieves and all these things, right? And so what are the factors that affect that? So when we go along, what is it that allows a dog to do something quickly? And I think it's important that we identify these so that we don't try to force a dog to do something quickly that cannot do something quickly, right? So one of the aspects that affects this is genetics. There are certain dogs that are wired in such a way that their brain and body are connected, and that connection works quickly. And so certain dogs have a faster processing speed, as it were, than others. And that is biological. It's genetic. There's nothing we can do to speed up that processing time. The second thing is fluency and how the dog learned to do the behavior in the beginning. So mechanics are an important part. I need to teach the dog how to sit and how to down properly and efficiently, how to move their body into that position efficiently. So the teaching process is important. Next is the dog's state of motivation when they hear the command. So let's say I've taught them to do it. My dog has a good brain-body connection genetically. And now it's not what I give them after they do the behavior, but it's the expectation they've formed by what they've gotten in the past. And so if my dog is expecting me to give it a high-value reward, it's excited, it's focused, it's ready, and I say the behavior, the energy that it has in expectation of reward is translated into a quicker behavior. So it's the state of mind and the dog's past experience that informs their state of mind when they do that. This plays back into what we talked about before, where people tried to only reward fast behaviors and not reward slow behaviors. That will, in general, slow your behaviors down. Your dog is only aware that they're doing the behavior or not doing it. They're not aware that, oh, I did it faster this time, or I did it a little bit slower this time. And so it's their state of mind. So if my dog does something a little slowly and I don't reward it, I start to destroy the expectation of reward. Their energy level comes down, their focus comes down, so they're less likely to do it quickly. If they get rewarded frequently and intensely, now they're expecting a reward, they're excited, that energy makes them do it more quickly. So it's the past experience. And then finally is the dog hearing what they expect to hear when they hear it. So we need a certain degree of patterning in order for dogs to do things as fast as they can. So for instance, if my dog is expecting me to say sit and instead I say down, that down is going to be slower. But if my dog, he may start to sit and then say, oops, wait, you said down, and have to alter his path. His behavioral, his mental map may have to change. And so expectation is important. And this is where people use pattern training in order to get the dog to expect to hear what they hear. Now, if my dog's cruising along and it expects me to say sit, bang, and I say sit, they do it quickly. So all those factors come into play. And punishment as a way to speed up behaviors is rarely an effective tool, right? It works at best temporarily. And two, there are a lot of unwanted consequences that frequently come with repeated use of punishment. So let's say I use it, I get a temporary fix, and then it wears off, so I have to use it again. And the more I use it, the more there is likely to be fallout from that. And so the factors that we tend to like to focus on are motivation and priming the dog to do things properly through good mechanics, expectation of reward, and then also patterning our training to some degree in order that the dog perform quickly. So that'll be important to keep in mind. The other thing is, how fast can my dog go biologically? So some dogs are faster than others. So certain behaviors, like retrieves, require that the dog run out and get something and run back. Some dogs run faster than other dogs biologically. And am I asking my dog to do something at a rate that's faster than they are physically capable? And so I like to say, no matter how bad I wanted it, no matter how hard you punished me, I would never beat Kobe Bryant at a game of one-on-one. I could practice day in and day out. You could put electric collars on me. You could give me $1 million. It's not in my repertoire. And so it's the same in dogs. When we look at the dog, we have to say, am I asking this dog to do something that they're physically capable of doing? And do I have all those other factors accounted for? And keep that in mind in our finishing work.